Hello! Welcome to our MAPEH 13 course with the course description, Methods and Strategies in Teaching, MAPEH. Okay? Since you are future MAPEH educators, this course is very important for you, especially if you are in the field already. Okay, so our goal in this course is for you to first, identify the different methods and strategies in teaching music, arts, physical education, and health. Second, you are going to apply the methods and strategies in teaching MAPEH, especially or with the emphasis on classroom or outdoor or field management. Okay? And then, you're also expected to use appropriate assessments in teaching these components. Okay, so now are you ready? Let's go! What is method? The word method comes from the Greek methodos, which in turns come from two Greek words, meta, which means alter, and hodos, which means way. In the dictionary, it can be understood that it is an orderly and systematic mode of procedure to do something in accordance with a definite plan in order that the predetermined objective is attained. Strategy is equated with method. Method or strategy is procedural because it consists specific sequential steps to be followed. Strategy represents the method the teacher has selected to achieve a particular objective. Sanchez, in the year 1996, categorized the strategies into two types. First is the expository strategy. This strategy is also termed as information-giving strategy since the teacher is the main source of information. It is employed if the materials to be used by the students are delicate and dangerous, and when the subject matter is difficult, and when students are pressed for time. Its chief disadvantage is that creativity of the student is not developed since the information is coming from the teacher. Okay, wala discovering na itabo. So, murabag, spoon feeding ang iyang dating. So, unsa man ang mga methods nga under ani niya nga strategy? Okay, we have this lecture method. We have this lecture demonstration, film showing, handout method, kana manghatag kag handouts, copies, and then we also have this dictation. So, unsa man na sila? Well, you will learn them as we go along with this course. Now, let's go on with the second type of strategy according to Sanchez. It is the enabling strategy. In using this strategy, the students are the ones who look for the answer to the questions. Meaning to say, more discovery ang iyang approach. Now, they themselves have formulated and the teacher acts as a facilitator of learning. Kani siya nga type of strategy is very applicable sa college students. Supposedly, ingani jud unta, okay? The students will look into the answers. The students have to explore or discover unsa ni siya nga mga topics about. And then, ang teacher is mo guide lang, mo facilitate, or mo confirm kung sakto bang ilahang informations nga na-gather. Pero ang nahitabo is, bisag college students na, kinahanglan pagyapon is spoon feed, okay? So supposedly that should not be the case. Now, this strategy is a dynamic type of learning activity where students are active participants in the teaching learning process, and it develops students' creativity. Its only disadvantage is that it takes a long time for the students to finish a unit of study because of the various processes to be undertaken. Meaning to say, this strategy is very useful kung naapay enough time. Kay mo take man ni siya og time, kay tiaw ba mo discover pa ang students, mo explore pa. So meaning to say, kung ang inyuhang schedule is nag-apas na bitaw mo, meaning delay na mudaan, and then hapit ang inyuhang major examinations or inyuhang quarterly assessment, then wala pa mo nahuman sa topic. So, possibly nga dili sa ni siya nimo i-implement. So kadto sang expository, imo sa silang hatagan sa information, then imo lang i-explain for them to understand kaysa sila pa mo Tawag mo discover sa informations. Some enabling strategies are inductive method, deductive method, case study, project method, participatory method, experimenting, field trip, a question and answer method, simulation, role-playing, dramatization, supervised study, and game. So again, according to Sanchez, the two types of strategies are the expository strategy and the enabling strategy. All you have to remember is when you say expository, it is teacher-centered. Okay? And then the enabling strategy is student-centered. And sa atong case karon, since ang atoa is outcome-based man, under gini siya sa enabling strategy. But of course, you can mix. Okay? Pwede naman siya i-mix. Now, we also have the term technique. Technique refers to the art or skill of performance in teaching. Sanchez says it refers to the actual act, including all manipulations of instructions, including the use of devices and the principles in teaching to the effect proper learning. Technique is usually equated with style. A teacher's teaching style can be defined as the combination of the strategies commonly used together with personal characteristics. A style of teaching is basically a set of decisions made in conjunction with the teaching act. The shift from one style to another is facilitated by the transfer of certain of these decisions from the teacher to the students. There have been different teaching styles that were discussed and applied successfully in various MAPEH classes, and MAPEH professionals have presented, labeled, and categorized these styles in many ways, and many of the terms overlap and can be confusing to the beginning teachers of physical education. That's why kinahanglan yun nato ni siyang sabton, okay? Kay mag-overlap ni siya, makalibog na. Now, a teaching style is an overall scheme in organizing the educational environment. The style provides direction for the specific involvement and role of the teacher and students in the process. So, unsa man gyud dapat atong teaching style? Well, a teaching style should first provide direction for presenting students with information, organizing students for practice, providing feedbacks to students, keeping students engaged in appropriate behavior, and monitoring students' progress toward goals or objectives. And also, teaching style should be analyzed in terms of the teacher's planning and setup of the environment and the teacher's students' behaviors during the lesson and the students' outcomes variables. When we say teacher planning and setup, it includes any evidence of pre-planning such as lesson plans, organizational arrangements, or instructional devices. Mao nang in this course, of course, you are expected to create lesson plans. Nga naman, kay kung walay lesson plans, okay, so possibly, very ko ano siya, prone nga mahitabo is dili organized ang inyong klase. Okay? Supposedly, mo ni siya unahon ni mo ingon niya na nawahin nun siya, okay? So, mas maayo yun na ay lesson plan. Aside from that, dapat na ay pre-preparation sa inyong instructional devices or inyong mga teaching aids. Next, when we say teacher's behavior, it includes instructions, questions, management cues, feedback, and demonstrating. So, importante gud kayo nga hinumduman ni nga teacher's behavior plays a vital role in your teaching style. Nga naman, because the way you give instructions, okay, kinahanglan klaro siya. Aside from that, asking questions, okay, is very important. Nga naman, kay kung mangutana kasi mo students, okay, you can check whether they understand your lesson or not. And also the management cues, okay? So, very important ang mga cues, okay? Yung sa inyong timailhan. Kung mingon ba ka o kumuklap ba ka, manindog ba sila, or unsa pa diya, whatsoever. And then, the feedback, okay? Importante ang feedback because students will know whether they are doing good or they are having difficulties or troubles in something. And then, when you say demonstrating, okay, importante sa DCA because students will sometimes learn or kanang na yung mga klase sa students nga maka-learn kung makakita sila giunsa, okay? Ilang i-follow unsa inyong gibuhat, okay? That's it. Next, you also have to analyze student behavior during the lesson. Okay, it includes activity time, okay, kung naminaw ba sila nimo, okay, the waiting, okay, receiving information, management time, and the like. Okay, importante kaayo nga imuhang i-analyze or imuhang tagaan og pagtagad ang student's behavior. Okay? Di kay nagkasi ka, bahalag na minaw mo dihag wala, okay? Mag-proceed ko dire. Okay? You have to analyze kung naminaw ba sila. Kung wala sila naminaw, so you have to think of something or unsay imong buhaton para maminaw sila or makatch nimo ilang attention. And then we also have this student outcome. Okay? Importante sad nga atong i-analyze ang student outcome. Okay? So, these variables include physical fitness levels, their physical skills, knowledge, and social emotional behaviors and the attitudes towards the activity. Okay? So, importante nga na ay outcome. Okay? Analyze na to kung naabay result nga nahitabo sa inyuhang activities nga gibuhat dili kay nag-training mo, then ang inyuhang goal is to improve the cardiovascular endurance of the student, and then after the whole training walay kausaban, dali ra gyapon siya hangaton, so useless. So you have to analyze that one para inyuhang mahibaw-an kung unsay kinahanglang buhaton or unsay kinahanglang i-revise or i-improve to achieve your goals. That's it, but you have to remember that there is no best universal teaching method. Wala joy best, walay ka ng particular, walay certain ba nga kanang mao gini siya ang best, wala. Okay? There is no evidence that one strategy is more effective than the other because as we all know, we have multiple intelligences. Klase-klase atong students dili pareha og level. And then that which attains the objectives within the allocated time can be considered the best for the particular situation. It is also possible that a combination of strategies or methods is applied in one lesson so that the objectives can be attained. Okay? As what I've said a while ago, nga pwede siya i-mixed. Okay? Kung unsay mas maayo, okay, pwede na mo na siyang buhaton. That's it. Now, what are the factors to consider in the choice of method? The choice of method is important, especially for a beginning teacher who faces a class of 50 students samot na sa public bitaw sa imong first bisag dili public, bisag sa private schools nga imong students tag 40, tag 50, okay? Nya sa imong first teaching na siya. So maglibog ako sa akong buhaton, okay? So as mentioned by Corpus and Salandanan in 2003, there is no single best method or strategy. The best is that which brings about maximum and optimum learning. To cater to students with multiple intelligences and different learning styles, there are a lot of teaching methods or strategies to choose from. Daghan ta kapilian, okay? So, a quick review unsa ganitong mga multiple intelligences, okay? Sometimes na yung mga students nga visual learners, mas makalearn sila kung na sila makitaan or ilahang makitaan ng specific topic or specific information. And then na ibang students nga auditory learners nga mas makalearn sila kung ilahan ang madunggan nga informations or kung makalearn na sila kung ilahang kantahon or himuon nilang kanta ng specific topics. And then na ibang learners nga tactile. Okay, so unsa man ang tactile learners? This type of learners are kanang mas makalearn kung ilahang mahawiran ng specific object or specific part. Okay, like para ng mga bata nga mukantag head, shoulder, knees and toes. Okay, so ilang hawiran nilang head. Okay, so tactile na sila. Okay, combination of tactile and the auditory. And then naapay daghan. Okay, so naapay daghang mga multiple intelligences. So since daghan man, multiple intelligences man, so naasay various strategies or techniques nga pwede natong gamiton. Many variables must be considered before an appropriate strategy can be selected. Okay? So, before ka mo pili o strategy nga gamiton, okay? So, naay mga variables or mga considerations na kinahanglan nimong ihuna-hunaon or imuhang i-bear in mind. These variables include, first, the objectives of the lesson. Of course, kung inyong objective sa inyong lesson is para for the student to apply, So kinahanglan nga magpili ka og strategy nga ma-apply ilang physical skills, okay? Kung ang inyong objective lang is to identify or determine, okay, igora nila i-identify, so pwede ra na siya, knowledge level naman na siya. So pwede ra og dili mo mag physical activities, okay? Pwede ra og na lecture discussion nga mahitabo. Okay, like that. And then if mo matter sad ang inyong strategy kung social behavior ang inyong i-perform ang inyong objective kung social behavior, okay, so naadyo na siya yung mga reflections, yung mga sharing, and so on and so forth. Second, you also have to consider the nature of the activities involved, okay? Unsay nature sa activity nga involved. Is it sports? Is it dance? Is it movement skills? Or unsa pa diha uban? And then, the nature of the learners, okay? If it's individual characteristics ba? If it's about their interest? If it's about developmental level, for socioeconomic status, or if it's for motivation or unsa background, okay, like that. And then you also have to consider the total number of students in the class. Kung magama kag teaching style or teaching method, okay, kinahanglan imong i-take into consideration ang numbers imong students. Langan man og magpa-train ka or mag-teach kag dance in a classroom nga imong estudyante is 40 to 50. Okay? So masigo ba mo sa nila paglihok, di na sila ka bisan siguro og igora open ilahang arms, di na nila ma-perform kay magsumbagay na sila diha. Okay? So kinahanglan mo siya i-consider. And then the adequacy of the school equipment and facilities. Of course, mo gini siya, mo matter gini siya. Kung inyong mga gamitonon available ba? Okay? So unsaon man ninyo pag-perform og basketball kung wala mo'y bola, kung wala mo'y court, wala mo'y ring. Okay? So that's the case. And also, the sixth one, the abilities, skills, and comfort zone of the teacher. Diba? Unsaon man nimo pagtudlo kung ikaw mismo wala ka kahibaw ana. Mapita na ibang teacher nga lisod ba ni siya nga topic? Adi na ko ni siya i-discuss. Unsa man ni oy wala ko kaagian ni adi puno ni siya i-discuss without knowing that is very important. I hope dili na siya mahitabo ninyo pohon.
Okay, we're almost done. Always remember that as MAPEH teachers, we should have a variety or a repertoire of strategies. Teachers who can implement variety of strategies can use different combinations of styles which can motivate students. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Bye-bye.